Hey, my name is John McAleer. I am one of the fitness instructors here on the Central Coast at Mingara 1. I'm into yoga, I'm into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I like hanging out with my family, and that's pretty much all that I do. So I'm just gonna go through a little bit of stuff now. I'm gonna show you just like an easy flow that you can do at home, get your body warmed up, get everything moving. And then we're also gonna take you through a bit of a cooler little sequence that you can wind down with at the end of the day, in between episodes of Tiger King or whatever it is that you wanna do with it. So we're going to get started just by coming down onto all fours in whatever space that you got. You've got your knees underneath your hips, hand underneath your shoulders, your torso is parallel to the mat. From here, as we move through everything, we're going to be breathing in through our nose and out through our nose. So just keep your mouth gently closed. That's going to be kind of strange at first, but as you move with that breath, it's going to help to keep your body in the right nervous system to get length and elasticity through your muscles and through your joints. So our first movement here is going to be breathing in through the nose, dropping your stomach down towards the mat, taking your gaze up and straight ahead, coming into the cow pose. From here, we're going to exhale, tuck your chin to chest, press tall between your shoulder blades, and then look down towards your knees, coming into cat. Then we're going to keep moving through these, one breath for each movement. Inhale, sinking down, and exhale, pressing up. Inhale, sink. Exhale, press. Let's do two more of each. And one more of each. And then coming back into neutral. And now we're going to keep going with that movement of cat-cow, but we're going to add some rotation. So as we drop down into cow, then from here we'll start to move our torso across and to the right, push up through your shoulder blades, chin to chest, roll all the way across the top. And then we inhale, start to sink down, gaze is coming up, just making some big kind of weird, strange looking circles that feel real good. Let's go two more in this direction. And then now, if your brain will allow it, we'll reverse and head back the other way. Inhale across the bottom. Exhale up through your shoulders. Two more this way. And one more. Coming back into the center. Now from here, we're going to move to a downward facing dog. In the downward facing dog, again, we have our hands underneath our shoulders. We'll spread our fingers wide, and then we're going to grip onto the mats. Now from here, you want to rotate your hands just very slightly outwards so that your index fingers point straight ahead. That's just going to open just a little bit through your shoulders. Then from this position, we're going to step back to a high plank so our feet are also in line with our hands. You've drawn a rectangle on the mats. From here, soften your knees so they almost touch the mat. Then without straightening your legs, press your hips straight up into the air. Now what we're trying to do here, we're trying to lengthen between our wrist all the way up through shoulders and into the hips, building a long straight line. This is really hard to do if you straighten your legs straight away. So as you're getting started, just keep the knees bent and just press the hips as high into the air as you can. And then once you've got that straight line of your upper body, then we'll slowly start to pedal the heels up and down, getting some length through the calves and length through the hamstrings. Now in the downward facing dog, the primary objective here is the alignment of the upper body. Secondary is the heels coming down, and for the heels to touch down, that can take a really long time. Just moving back and forth, nice and slow. Let's sink our right heel towards the mat. Sink it down, hold for 3, hold for 2, holding for 1, and then we'll switch. Left heel sink and hold. 3, 2, 1. Both heels sink down. Press your hips high, holding for 3, holding for 2, Holding for one, slowly just start to walk your feet towards your hands, and we'll step into forward fold. When we come into forward fold, we keep the knees bent and we want to connect the stomach to the thighs. What we're trying to avoid here is moving into this like rounded, dumping, like C curve kind of shape of your back. It's not a very healthy position for your spine. So when we come into the forward fold, we'll keep our back nice and flat, stomach to thighs, and then we just slowly push the hips into the air. Fingertips touch the mat, let your head just hang and relax. This will be our forward fold position. Some of you guys might be able to straighten your legs and still keep your stomach connected to your thighs, but just remember, if you were in that position, it would probably be because your forehead was connected to your shins as your hips went up. It's very unlikely that you would have straight legs without being in that completely kind of like pike pancakes position. From here, we'll move to the halfway lift. For this, we'll straighten the legs, lift all the way up, flatten your back, lift your shoulders just above the line of your hips. For you guys who train, maybe in the gym floor, you understand like a stiff-legged deadlift is a very similar position. Just frame your hands maybe above or below the knees, reach long through the crown of your head and out through your tail, and then exhale, fold down. We'll just do a few of those. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Good. And then this time we'll breathe in through the nose, lift the fingertips all the way up towards the ceiling. Come up onto your toes, lift the heels off the mat, gently press your hips a little bit forward. And then we're gonna start to flow. Exhale, soft knees, forward fold, fingertips touching down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. From here, both feet step back to the high plank. From here, we lower the body all the way down to the mat. Paddle the tops of your feet over, squeeze your elbows in, drop your shoulders down, look straight ahead, and then lift just your chest. Not hunching your shoulders to your ears, but keeping everything long for cobra. Tuck the toes, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. From here, lift your right heel, sky high, three-legged dog. From here, we want to make sure that our right little toe is pointed down towards the floor. Then from here, we bring that thigh into stomach, roll through. As we come through, we want to press tall, like in our cat pose. Lift up onto your fingertips, make space like a little garage. Your foot is the car. Slide it straight in, reach your arms up for a crescent lunge. Bring the hands back to the mat, left foot steps forward. That's one round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Both feet step back. Lower your body all the way down to the mat. Elbows in, lift the chest, cobra. Thighs are still grounded. Downward facing dog. Right, this time, we're gonna lift the left heel all the way up. Bring it in, roll through, make the space so your foot can land, and then inhale, reach up, crescent lunge. Bring the hands back to the mat, right foot steps forward. We'll do two more of those. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway, still breathing in through your nose. Exhale, out through your nose. Both feet maybe jump back. High plank. This time we're going to drive forward on the toes so our forearms are vertical. Lower your body halfway down. Paddle the tops of your feet and then lift your chest, knees and thighs off the mat for upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Now we're going to lift the right heel, and this time we'll bend through the right knee and start to open our hips to the right, but we're keeping our chest square to the mat. This is quite challenging for your hips and your chest to move independently. Bring that thigh into stomach, roll through, right foot replaces right hand, reach the arms up. And bring the hands to the mat, left foot steps forward, inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold, both feet step or maybe jump back, lower the body halfway down, paddle the feet and lift the chest. Tuck the toes, hips up and back. Down dog, left heel, lift. Open the hips, bend through the knee, keep the chest square. Bringing that left thigh in to the stomach, roll through, left foot replaces left hand. And now we'll reach the arms up and we'll hold in crescent lunge. So in the crescent lunge, we want to keep our left knee in line above our left ankle. We're going to start to, if we can, extend away with the back of your right knee, reaching long, bringing the back of the right knee towards the ceiling, lifting up through your chest, tall, reaching long. If you take your fingers wider, it's going to be a little easier for your shoulders. If you bring them narrow and really lift a little stronger, you're going to start to bring a little bit more heat. Hold for 2, holding for 1. Take your arms wide, facing your palms towards the front. And then now from here, we're gonna rotate to the left. As we come around, we reach our right fingertips forward, reach the left fingertips back. Maybe you can even start to turn and catch a glimpse of your left thumb. Hold for 5 breaths. 4 more breaths. Hold for 3. Holding for 2, keeping your hands at opposites. Slowly bring the right hand down to the mat. Left fingertips reach up. Look to the ceiling. Revolved lunge. 5 breaths. In through your nose. Out through your nose. Holding for 2. Now following for the transition for 1, heel toe your left foot into the center of your space. Bring your left hand down to grip inside your left ankle. Now from here, we're going to ground the right heel. So right foot is parallel to the back of the mat. If you're on a mat or whatever you're on, both feet are in line with each other in the center. From here, we open the chest and reach right fingertips straight towards the ceiling. If this is a little deep, bring your forearm up. A little bit of a more gentle option there for you. 3 more breaths. Hold for 2. And then from here we move to Warrior 2. Inhale, lifting up. Now from here, in our Warrior 2 position, again, left knee is in line above the left ankle. Shoulders are in line above your hips. Often in Warrior 2, we end up reaching forward. We want to be keeping the torso vertical, arms parallel to the floor. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears and turn and take your gaze through left middle fingertip, holding 3 more breaths. Hold for 2. Keeping the same positioning with our legs for 1. Flip left palm, reach up, right hand, rest against the right thigh, coming into reverse warrior. Often as you reach into reverse warrior, that left knee gets a little lazy and comes back. Drive forward as you reach up. And if your knee still has alignment, maybe you'll hang it back. Holding for 3. Holding for 2. Left thigh getting a little angry for 1, that's cool. Bring it back down to Warrior 2, straighten left leg. And from here, we're gonna move to triangle pose. Now triangle pose, you lead it from your right hip. Our left fingertips are gonna move first, but we wanna keep this hip open as we reach as far forward as we can. Then we drop the arms vertical. So what we wanna avoid is that hip closing down. You can get and reach the floor if you close the hip. Nothing magic happens when you touch the floor. All you do is fall out of alignment. You want to keep it, everything open. Your triangle pose might be where Alicia's is. It might be a little taller, right? This is cool. Even using a frame here. This is triangle pose as well. Your triangle pose might be quite deep. Wherever you're at, 3 more breaths. Hold for 2. For 1, bring both hands down to the mat. Right foot steps forward, let's flow. Halfway there, inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Both feet step or maybe jump back. High plank, lower the body, halfway. Paddle the feet, lift the chest, upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. This time, left heel lift. Opening the left hip, and if you like, maybe you'll flip the dog, land your left foot, press up with your hips through your right shoulder, reach left fingertips towards the front of your space, and then bring it all the way back through 3-legged dog, knee to chest, roll forward, left foot replaces left hand, reach the arms up. Crescent lunge, bring the hands back to the mat. Right foot steps forward. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold both feet back, high plank to low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right heel lift, open. If you like it, flip, lift hips and chest, reach. And bringing it back through three-legged dog, knee to chest, right foot replaces right hand, reach the arms up and hold. 5 breaths. Hold for 2. Bringing the arms wide for 1, and then we revolve to the right. Reach, right fingertips back, left fingertips reach long. From here, your knee is going to try to turn out, your legs are going to try to come with you. We keep that lunge, everything tight, tracking straight ahead as we open and revolve. Hold 3. Hold 2. Keep the arms at opposites and bring it down. Left hand to the mat. Right fingertips reach tall for revolved lunge. If your left knee is starting to drop and bend and get a little lazy, extend it away. Hold for 2. Hold for 1. Now you guys know the transition. Heel toe, right foot to the center of your space. Right hand inside right ankle. Ground the left knee. Left foot parallel to the back edge of your mat or whatever you're on. Reach. Left fingertips tall. If you need to, forearm. Or keep it down. Hold for 3. Hold for 2. Holding for 1. Inhale, lifting up, coming in. Warrior 2. So we come into Warrior 2. Again, shoulders above your hips, arms parallel to the floor. Keeping it long, reaching out. Your shoulders are going to try to creep up towards your ears. Relax, bring them down. Why are we doing warrior poses? This is how you build strength in yoga. It's the same method as when you're doing a plank and you squeeze, you make that isometric contraction and you just hold, okay? Warrior poses are a plank for your whole body. Alicia's front thigh is getting angry right now. Her shoulders right here are frustrated that I'm still talking. Back leg is trying to work. Glutes should be fired on, opening through the hips, getting everything to move. She's keeping very still, but she's sweating, so I know she's working. You guys are too. And then from here, reverse warrior. Right palm, lift, left hand coming down to the thigh. Again, keep driving into your front knee. Keep lifting up, bring everything tall. Hold for 4. Hold for 3. Holding for 2. And now for 1, coming down, arms parallel to the floor, straighten the right leg, open your left hip, reach as far forward as you can, bring the arms down in vertical triangle pose. Hold 5. Hold 4. Hold for 3. Hold for 2. Holding for 1, bring both hands down to the mat. Last little bit of heat. Left foot step forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Remembering all of our options. Jump back, high plank, low plank. Upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Right heel lift. Open, maybe flip, lift up, wild thing to three-legged dog, coming through to crescent lunge, reach the arms up. Bring the hands down to the mat, left foot steps forward, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Jump back, lower the body. Lift the chest. Down dog. Left heel lift. Open, flip. Three-legged dog. Coming through, left foot replacing the left hand. Reach the arms up. Bring the hands down to the mat. Right foot steps forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Halfway. Fold. Jump back. Halfway. Lift. Down dog. Pause. Drop to your knees. Bring your big toes together, take your knees wide, sink your hips back to your heels. Bring it all the way down into child's pose. And we'll leave you here in child's pose. Thanks for joining us. See you soon.